Welcome back to a weekly analysis. Let's see what we can spot for the next week. Thanks again for all the great responses. That really fuels me to keep going and keep sharing my ideas and thoughts for free on Instagram and YouTube and everything. So let's get into it right away. Last week, of course, you saw that I had a huge profit on Adidas. Earnings are coming out next week. I think it was March the 8th. But so this is not a trade for me this week. I want to see what those earnings look like, and then the reaction in the market, and then we have a pattern again, and I will be trading it. So for now, it's not no action for me on this one. Of course, after a rally like this, you should wait for a nice pullback or a nice level to enter this one again. Like I pointed out, I think yesterday in my review, it looks like Volkswagen is getting ready to break some important levels. If it does break this trend line and it stays above the moving average, I am considering re-entering this trade. Also take a look at the retest to get confirmation this is actually happening. Small divergence over here, so Volkswagen is one of my items on my watch list. Alibaba, same thing. Been range trading this for a couple of weeks now. Just entered around, I think I entered, to be honest, around the middle. So I need this one to move up a little bit to close the position. I'm not shorting this. I think the overall bias is to go up, and I'm range trading this just going long. So still in play. Then we have, what do we have? Shopify, of course. Same thing. Shopify came back to a nice trend line, so this is an area where I want to re-enter. I think I just re-entered last Thursday or Friday. So let's. I'm sort of scalp trading this. I told you this before, I think, in another video. I am entering, for example, on 60 with one lot, and I exit with 100 euros on 61. That's just to keep the flow going. Go in and out of this market every day. You know, it's to me it's a safe. It's just 60 euros. You know, it's not a big stock yet, but it has great potential when you look at this company, and I feel safe to trade this. If I am in a trade like this, and for example, price opens with a huge gap, I'm not that concerned as long as price stays around above this 51, 52 level. So you know, there's a big range to be trading this one. So let's see if price actually bounces off this trend line and we can continue to scalp, or maybe we can put in a nice swing from this let's say 60 area back up to the 64. So we make a nice move with just one lot of 400 euros. Maybe add some on along the way, and we can get a nice 1,000 out of this one in 1 or 2 weeks. That was for Shopify. Then I pointed out yesterday. Let me remove this range. Netflix is in fact moving in a range. That's true. It's coming close to the support of this actual range. So this is a potential range trade as well. So entering between 140 and this is 137. So we have a 3-point. Let me point it out for you guys. I think this is a great area to be putting in trades, and of course we take our profit as range traders in a supply and demand zones. So in this supply zone we exit our trade. So we are currently in a demand zone. If price holds, then we are still in this range, so entering long over here is a great idea. So this is actually my third setup for this week. So we have Volkswagen. If trendline breaks, we have Shopify, of course. Trendline bounce, and we have a range trade in Alibaba and Netflix as well. So we have quite some opportunity on the calendar, switching up trading strategies. This is a nice way to enter. Let me zoom out to the bigger time frame. Yes, this is a solid trend line. This one got broken actually, so that is a bit concerning. So as you can see, it's always good to switch between time frames. The break of this trend line has got me thinking where price will be going. Maybe we're in for a bigger correction. Of course, once this trend breaks, you have to leave. That's quite obvious, but maybe if we draw in another trend line, we get some more clarity. This is way, yeah, this is too much. Okay, well, let's put in a fib level to see what happens if this one will break and will move around. I think drawing a fib would be great if we do it like this. Get those supply and demands off for a second. Let's zoom in. We don't have to zoom in. As you can see, price in Netflix has been moving up quite some time, quite a long way. So looking at Fibonacci retracements, I think there is quite some potential. Well, no, it's okay. It's like 6 or 7 points for a possible bounce. I feel okay trading this for now. Then IBM is very strong this year. Been trading very good. I think I drew this yesterday in my review. Not entering this on over here. Definitely waiting for a pullback to the trend line, and I am seeing actually some kind of divergence already on the RSI. For those of you who don't know, divergence, we see a high in the RSI, we see the high over here, then we see in price action we see another high, but on the RSI we see that there is already lower highs on the RSI, so momentum to the upside is fading. We can see prices moving in quite a range past week, so there is possibly a turnaround or something happening here. I think we can draw this a little bit closer. So that being said, not trading it right now, looking for a small sell-off to get into this. Also here, if we want to use a Fibonacci, maybe this is the first fib we can put in. In that case, we will see that around this trend line is actually the 61.8 or 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. So this is to me this is a clear entry. Of course, if this line breaks, then we will see another move down, and the next area we will be watching will be, I think, this support zone. But for now, there's no reason to think. Just first wait and see what will happen around this trend line. So that's it for stocks. Now I know I can get you guys interested because everybody's looking at Forex, and I get a lot of questions about that as well. So let me go through the Forex pairs pretty okay. Well, as you can see, I pointed out quite some opportunities around the Swiss franc dollar pair. For now, let's look at what's going on right now. I'm swing trading this, that's correct. I'm also holding some positions from below here because I think there is potential to the upside, but I see a divergence already on the RSI, and that's something I do not want to see. We see that this trend line that acted as support is now acting as resistance, so we can see that momentum is fading a little bit. Let's see what happens. We had some positive dollar news, but we did see a sell-off on the dollar for some reason, so let's see how that turns out next week. This trend line is still intact. If it breaks, then there is more downside potential, but this is the first support we run in. I don't think this this rally up is over yet, but I am considering to, you know, with the rate hike in March the 15th, that's what Yellen said last Friday. I think there could be some more dollar strength actually. So let's see how that turns out. I still have a long bias on this one. Monday is not the best trading day, so I'm not entering on this trend line, I think, but I'm curious to see what happens. This is a small cluster over here, don't forget that. With a cluster I mean we are struggling with a trend line, but oh, didn't want to move that. But we're also struggling with a resistance support, in this case support line. So there are some hurdles to take for price over here. Okay, that's for this one. Let me switch over to the dollar index as well. A dollar index, of course, has been going up. We were in a correction recently. Price moving up, just bounced off this moving average, and right now, if we get out, we leave those wicks, we can see in a trend line over here where price could be bouncing next week. Let's see what happens. Maybe this was just a Friday night reaction, some repositioning after the Yellen speech. So let's see what happens. I'm bullish on the dollar index. Now this one is a tricky one. I pointed out this one yesterday. We were running into a supply zone in the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. As you can see, the resistance and the supply zone got penetrated, got broken, and price is moving higher. Yesterday I was looking where to put these trend lines, and I think look, this is the weekly chart. I think there will be some resistance around the I don't know, this trend line can be a little bit higher actually. I don't know where it's coming from exactly. Yeah, well, okay, it is a trend line where we should think about once price moves in. I think I'm shorting this. I went short in this supply zone. I think there's a little bit more potential to the upside, to be honest. So I'm leaving this for now. I think I want to see this turn around and give me some more confirmation that the price is actually moving back down. Let's see if we can see something on the RSI on the daily. No, we do not. Maybe on 4 hour. No, we do not. This looked like divergence, of course, but I think price is picking up just now. Not feeling this. I want to see what happens around here. So as you can see, some indecision candles. Let's see. Interesting one, but price got broken. I don't like that. So let's see what happens. Of course, gold. Let's zoom into gold. I did a extensive analysis last Friday on gold, just pointing it out. Check out my video on gold on my YouTube. I think I managed to talk 20 minutes just about gold. We are at a critical level. This price, this support, well, as you can see by the pin bars down here, price was struggling to go through. The Yellen speech, bullish for the dollar, but for some reason we saw a dollar sell-off, and in gold, when the dollar gets weak, gold goes up, and when the dollar gets strong, gold goes down. So also this we have to see what happens by the start of next week. If this level holds, and that's what it looks like after last Friday, we can see another move back into this trend line. If in fact price breaks and we see another move lower, then we will see a move to the downside even further, breaking this support and then afterwards taking out this support, and we will see a huge correction in gold. Then euro dollar, not trading this one. Trend line trend line got broken, price moved away pretty fast. What happens if I draw this in? Not sure I should do that. I'm leaving this one. You know, we are at a critical level, of course, because there is a horizontal line over here, a important resistance that just got penetrated a little bit. Let's see what happens by the beginning of next week. I'm curious. This is the same thing as all the other dollar related pairs. Rate hike is on the agenda for next week, but for some reason the dollar seems to sell off. Let's see what happens. Then we have one more US related pair, I pointed out this one a couple of weeks ago. Took a little longer than I expected, but finally this support got broken. Price fell pretty far, pretty fast, and of course the same reaction last Friday, dollar sell-off. But let me show you the bigger picture on a daily, for example. There is great potential. This is my first take profit target, but if this one continues to drop back to the demand zone on the US dollar, Australian dollar, then we have a very nice trade. But momentum seems to have shifted to the downside for this pair. So what I always like is to get in a pair that's just shifted from a uptrend to a downtrend, or from a downtrend to an uptrend, because there is great potential and great momentum in that trade. Entering this, I personally would wait for a pullback. I want to see some more pattern, draw some lines. I want some more information on re-entering this one to the short side. Then this one, a new one. I pointed it out yesterday. Let me see what is going on here on the weekly chart. This is Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. As you can see, we have a clear resistance over here and a clear support over here, and of course we can draw support again down here. But for now, it seems like after testing it for a while, resistance seems to hold, and price just had a sell-off last week actually. So let's zoom into the daily chart. Last week means Thursday, Friday were the sell-off days. We can see on a smaller time frame that we will have a important zone over here, important support zone, support line. Let's see what happens. I think price will bounce off that first, pull back, maybe retest the moving average, and then in a second attempt possibly break this level. If it does, there is the room free. Well, not exactly. I think we will struggle around here first, very close to each other, but as I see in the past, this has been an important level in the past, and of course over here we will have some trouble going through. Let me just point it out. So if those levels break, we can see more potential to the downside. If they hold, price probably reverse, but this is to me this is a pretty nice short setup, because there is not a lot of potential to the upside, and on the other way around there is a lot of potential to the downside. So if you are considering entering around this area, this would be your stop zone. Your take profit would be way down here. Is that true? I think this would be the first. So this is a 1-to-1 ratio. Looks like that. Of course, I think it's not a really good idea to trade like this. But let's wait for a pattern. If the pullback comes, the highest high, which is in fact a lower high on the chart, in combination with a moving average, maybe you can put in a trend line. This will tell you where your stop should be. So Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, hot stock, hot pick for this week. And then I want to look at this one. It's the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. This one has been moving to the upside quite some time now. Just pulling back. It doesn't seem to get through there. Let's see what it does with this trend line. I think that's what I saw on the. This is of course the weekly chart, so this is good to know that price has been moving in this area, this range. But I want to know a little bit more about this move. Moving to the upside, that's one thing for sure, but for some reason price has came down, sold off over here. I think it has to do something with a weak New Zealand dollar. So let's see what happens around the test of this trend line. Maybe I can put in another trend line looking at this sort of inner trend line. I think we will connect on around the same the same level. um, not feeling this right now. I want to see what happens around this level. Not entering short in any way. I want to see or a pullback, and around this area I'm considering to re-enter. Um, um, it's just over here, or when I see a break of this level, I am considering going short after a retest, of course. Never trade a false breakout, and then there is more potential to the downside. It's none of my hot picks of this week. So looking at it, not really trading it. I want to look up one more thing, and that's this one. Let me see if I get it on the charts. Talking about a weak New Zealand dollar and a strong US dollar. I had an idea, because let me see what we have over here. We have a trend line that's going up for now on the weekly. Zooming in. Before zooming in, let me put in a horizontal line as well, because it looks like we have some resistance over here, which is important and good to know. Then zoom into the daily, like I said. Not an ideal setup, because we are too far away from this resistance and a little bit too close around this trend line, so a potential bounce could be there. Then again, on the daily we are also seeing that this price is moving to the downside. Yeah, well, okay. Don't know. I want to see some more information on this chart. Let's see if the retest of the moving average holds. Let's see, maybe on the 4-hour chart we got some more information. Yes, we can see the price is in fact moving down. And I draw in some more lines. I can see that this was an obvious level that got broken. This is an obvious resistance area. This is a resistance area as well. Trading well below the moving average. This is quite an interesting setup. So let's see, maybe if this one can give us a nice possibility for next week. So I think this is it. I will be looking into some more forex pairs for the next week. Don't forget, March we will be having the Brexit on our agenda, a potential rate hike in the US. There are some fundamental things happening as well. Check out your fundamental pages as well. Always good to know what is happening when. Would be a stupid idea to trade the Great British pound the day the UK leaves Europe, but you know, some people trade the news, some people like the volatility and want to profit out of that. So let's see. For now, I think this is it. Quite some interesting things. I think mostly the range trades will give me some scalping money, and I hope the US dollar, Australian dollar will continue to move lower, because that can be one of my big moves again, and I can post my results for you guys, maybe by the end of the month, just like I did Adidas yesterday, or I did on Thursday. Sorry. So good luck, happy trading. See you guys in my next video.